So I'm Lucas Poyser. I'm a sophomore sports comm major. I am the producer of Campus on the Common, which is the podcast that is run by the School of Communication.
My name is Patrick Mulligan. I am a senior journalism major and sports comm minor. I joined Common Collective because I wasn't getting a whole lot of experience in some of my classes. I was learning, but it was a lot of lecture-based stuff, and I tend to learn a lot from experiences and doing things, and Common Collective really gave me that opportunity to be able to do things and learn from them.
Hi, my name is Erin McCallum. I am a journalism major and I am double minoring in political communication and African American Africana studies, and I am currently the secretary for Common Collective. I joined Common Collective because any opportunity that I can use to meet new people and make art with new people, like video, audio, like anything really sounded good and really helpful to me, especially as a journalist.
So I've been a part of Common Collective since my first semester here at Emerson, and Professor Mark Brody was one of my first professors. And after I handed in the first video project for his class, which was sports communication, he recruited me immediately. And I went to a couple meetings and I got to know everybody, and there were people that I already knew from being at Emerson for a little bit.
What Emerson prides itself on is experiential learning. Just as much that you get in the classroom, you'll get outside of the classroom, if not more.
The biggest thing I worked on with Common Collective is probably the Woj Pod, where ESPN came in with Adrian Wojnarowski, NBA reporter, and Thunder GM Sam Presti, and they did a podcast. It was really cool to be able to be there and talk to a lot of the people that were working for ESPN and see what their job is like. I got to talk to Woj, I got to talk to Presti, I got to talk to a bunch of Emerson alums that are working in the NBA now, and just sort of like understand what their job entails, and it was a really cool experience.
I was able to join Team Harmony because of Mark and him telling everybody about that. And it's been cool because I've observed the relationship between Common Collective and Team Harmony literally through my own work as a reporter for Team Harmony, because Mark has helped me figure out kind of like what tools that I need to make videos and to make them like look nice and to make them sound nice. And these are also resources that he's been providing to people in Common Collective since he started the group.
I got to do my first project with Common Collective, which was making a video for the Boston Athletic Association. And I interviewed, more or less, Chris Trayanos. And it wasn't really an interview, it was more a video that was prefacing the safety videos that the volunteers for the Boston Marathon have to watch.
The opportunities are open, and Mark, during our meetings, as you know, like is always bringing up, hey, what do you guys want to work on? What have you heard? Here's what I've heard. Let's talk about it and let's figure out what each one of us can do.
Yeah, I think I learned a lot of important skills from being with Common Collective, from storytelling to video editing to photography. There's a lot of skills you can learn that I was sort of learning in these classes that I was taking, but I wasn't actually able to do. And being able to do things is really helpful for me. And so it's been great being in Common Collective.
When I first joined, like within the first month of Common Collective, I learned so much from Mark, and just him having little workshops with all of us about podcast making. He actually inspired me to try to start my own podcast. It never went anywhere, but at least I had the skills to to do it if I ever do want to.
I've learned more about lighting being around Mark Brody than I have in my 22 years of life. Hands down. I didn't even know what the word Rembrandt meant when you're talking about Rembrandt lighting. I had no idea what that meant. Now I do. I didn't realize how intricate lighting can be and how important it can be and how it can really separate your project from somebody else's. And I was very glad that he taught us how to light things correctly.
And also video production and photography. I've learned a lot of little things that I think have been very helpful to me, that I didn't realize at the time how helpful that stuff was going to be, because it just felt like I was going through a lesson, but it has been very, very helpful for sure.
And that's the kind of stuff you learn in Common Collective, because it's not everybody that's an A+ amazing tier 1 level filmmaker. There's people who don't even know how to edit in Common Collective, but they have a role to play. And that's the best part about it, is Common Collective, no matter if you are up here with your skills or down here with your skills, doesn't matter. You can join. and you can learn a lot.